What's up, y'all? It's your girl Chanel from Complex Simplicity on this cold Saturday in the tri state area. I am so tired, so please bear with me. I've had such a hectic work week, and it finally ended today. My weekend starts now. I work Tuesday through Saturday, and your girl is tired between the driving and just dealing with the craziness that comes with my job and yeah, I'm tired. I'm drained. So I said before I get too comfortable and start diving into my Lifetime movies and all of that jazz, let me come on quickly because I think the last time I did a vlog was Thursday evening. Don't really know what I want to talk about today. I won't necessarily put it under the random thoughts category that I do from time to time. Hopefully, by the end of me rambling to you all, there will be some kind of common thread of a theme with what I'm saying. And then maybe we can kind of figure it out from there as far as what this vlog would be titled. So it's funny, a big part of my job, as I say, is trading and assessing people who want to be foster parents and things of that nature. And I'm constantly reminded of human behavior, y'all. And always having to deal with people in such a way, whether they're getting under your skin or not, or especially when they're like striking a nerve, learning how to deal with people in a way where it won't backfire on me, right? So if my supervisor annoyed me, or one of my administrators, or a client, or whoever, being able to deal with things where I'm upfront and clear, open and honest, but at the same time, uber professional so that nothing can backfire on me. I think that's an important skill to have in life. Another important skill that I'm finding is to have the ability to stand up and say something even when everyone in front and back, to the right and to the left of you, is too scared to do so, right? I kind of did a vlog the other day, not a vlog, I did a vlog under the Candid Talk with Chanel section of the website the other day regarding, why is it hard for us to say to people what we say about them? And I probably was more angling it from a professional aspect more than just in regular personal everyday life. We too, even in that realm of our lives, should be able to say to people what we say about them. But I've been finding a lot lately in my professional life that behind the scenes, a lot of us have our grumblings and things that we're expressing and saying, but a lot of us don't take the opportunity when it's right in front of our faces to actually speak up for what's right. And I'm the type where, we work together, we have good working rapport. You know what I'm saying? You're my peoples at the job. I will always have your back and stand up for what's right. I'm not going to I don't care who it is, an administrator, whoever, defame, so to speak, a colleague's name when I know for sure, it's inaccurate information. And I've been finding a lot in life, especially the past maybe 6 months, I've been finding that in the workplace, it seems like everybody can talk their ish behind closed doors, but nobody ever wants to take that step and say what's right. Stand up for the cause, you know what I'm saying? But then it's like, my personality is that of where I will be the only one to stand up for whatever I believe in and what I feel is right. And just, it is what it is. And it's funny how after the fact, then the people who have been agreeing with me the whole time now want to be like, yeah, girl, that was gutsy, that was ballsy, like, you're right. And everybody wants to now be your cheerleader. Where were y'all when I was actually in the uncomfortable position to stand up and to say what needed to be said? It was crickets. You ain't hear a darn thing, right? But the moment that I'm like, yo, the moment that is done and over with, right? Then it's like, yeah, girl, you did that. That needed to be said. That was real gutsy, And I just want to challenge us all. If you stand for nothing, this is an old adage, you will fall for anything at some point in our lives, especially for those of us that are in our 30s, in our 40s, and beyond. You got to stand up for something. You have to stand up for something, right? You have to be prepared, even if that means to stand alone. Maybe I'm like this because of my mom. My mom is that type of person. She will shout from the mountaintops, what everybody may be thinking, but what nobody has the guts to say or to address. And it's funny, after I, on more than one occasion this week at my job, stood up for certain things, even though I stood alone, but I still stood up for it. I was like, wow, I am so my mother's daughter. She'd be so proud. I was telling, my coworker, my coworker's like, well, wait till you tell your mom what you just did. What would your mom say? She'll be like, I taught you well. Good job, daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be willing out here, folks, to take a stand for what's right. Even if you're the only one in a lineup of 20 people who does so. And that's not to say that challenges won't come your way. For all I know, I can have a target on my back, right? There's other things that come with that. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry, you're going to know how I'm feeling. You're going to know if I'm concerned about something. That's how I am in my personal life, and that's how I am in my professional life. Love me or leave me alone, like me, hate me, whatever you want to call it. You're going to know how I feel about things, especially when I have concerns, and especially when I feel like something's going down that's not right. You're going to know. And I am thankful to God and even to my mom and my dad for teaching me and instilling that in me from the time that I was young. Like, don't be that person that always has to wait for someone else in the crowd to do something before you do what you know is right. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to challenge us, to stand up for what's right, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And don't be afraid to do so either. One of my coworkers was like, maybe sometimes it's hard for some of us to like stand up and really speak up because we feel like maybe we're not doing our job to the extent that we should be, so we don't want to bring any attention to ourselves. Or sometimes we're just legit scared, like, what are going to be the ramifications for me saying and taking this stand? Are they going to make my life harder at the job? And I said, you know what? You're right. I feel you. Those are legitimate fears. Those are legitimate questions. I don't know what happened, y'all, especially this year or me turning 34 a couple months ago, but I gives zero, and you know what the next word is. And I'm surprised at myself because I definitely am a very politically correct type of person, right? But I don't care anymore. I'm to the point, it could be in my personal life, it could be in my work life. I don't care. And when I say I don't care, that means like, no, you're gonna get it like everybody else is gonna get it. I don't care who you are. If there's an issue that I have, it's gonna be put out there. Nobody is going to put a muzzle over my mouth or make me feel scared or fearful to say what it is that I feel. It is what it is, folks. And as my mom and I always say, if the shoe fits, if you feel some kind of way about anything that I say, if the shoe fits, guess what? Wear it. Wear that ish. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people be in their feelings. I get it. I'm human. I have moments where I'm in my feelings about things too in life. But guess what? If what that person is saying, if I feel like I'm guilty of the very thing that's being said, I have to deal with it. I have to own it, make the adjustments, and move forward in life. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I don't have any issues with, owning my wrongs, my slip-ups, my errors, my mistakes. I will own that. That's not the problem. And so don't get it twisted. The way that I could give it, I've learned to be able to take it as well. There are times where I'm giving critical feedback, whether it's in my personal life or in my professional life. And so if I feel that, you know what, Chanel, this person, even though you may be in your feelings about something right now, you have to kind of apply what they're saying and say, you know what, they're right. I do fall short in this area. I did play myself in this area. I have to deal with that, right? So that's my thing. My mom, at first I remember growing up, I used to always say how I felt, but there were times when I was a teenager, maybe even in college, a little bit younger, I'd be less, it wouldn't roll off my tongue as quickly as it does now, right? So I'd be more concerned about what the other person is going to think, or, if I'm going to offend them. And don't get me wrong, even now I'm not trying to be offensive. That's never my point of reference or intention. But You know, when I was younger, I'd probably tiptoe around things, whereas I'm more of a straight shooter. And so my mom taught me, like, listen, Chanel, speak your truth, express how you feel. You know what I'm saying? And if that person feels some kind of way, or any of these vlogs you're doing, if any of your friends or people who were friends with you or people who you know, if they get all in their feelings and start to treat you differently, then let them deal with that. If the shoe fits, they have to wear it. You continue to speak your truth. You know what I'm saying? She was like, you're never out here mentioning names when it comes to negative things and you know, like, this person did this. Like, that's never where you're coming from. You're just always speaking about your experiences and things you've learned and mistakes you've made and the things that other people have done to you that wasn't too cool or nice. So if they feel some kind of way about that, guess what? They have to wear that shoe. Deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And it's good, because sometimes even the people who we consider to be friends we all need sometimes to say, you know what, I needed to hear that. I kind of do that. Maybe I need to be careful or stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? Behaving in this way or treating people this way or addressing things, whatever it is, you know. And so if I'm coming across a little raw and aggressive right now, it's because maybe I am a bit passionate about that, you know. No more. That probably died when I was in my mid-20s of tiptoeing around things and being in the social work field. You got to be a straight shooter. Always be, I like to be strength-based, though, as far as not just hitting you with the negatives, but I will be very honest about how I feel about certain things. And, you know, like, it is what it is. And so I'm glad that God built me to be that way and gave me the kind of parents that he gave me, because now in my professional life and in my personal life, I can be like, skirt, hold up, bring it on back. We ain't doing that. I could be the boundary queen. You know, I could stand up for what's right, for the greater good, you know, and not feel like I have to be a cower and like, no, I'm gonna let that slide and just let people treat you all kinds of way, you know? No, we ain't fitting to do that. So just to be encouraged and to challenge us all, you know, let's all try to make more of an effort to take stands that are important and necessary. Draw boundaries for people so they know they can't just treat you any old kind of way. And be a voice that matters out here, y'all. Not just for, I know there's a lot of natural disasters happening in the world, and I send my prayers out continuously to those affected by these natural disasters. But let's also be a voice in our day-to-day worlds and lives, where we work, in our homes, with our kids, with our spouses, with our families, with people we work, whoever. Let's be that day-to-day voice as well. You'd be surprised how much of an impression you can leave on people in a positive way. You'd be surprised how you can really be helpful to people just in how you move. That's one thing I feel like God is really teaching me this year. Like, sometimes I don't really feel like I'm impacting people's lives like that when it comes to coworkers or just people that I might have crossed paths with. But in some crazy way, I feel like God is always sending me messages through people like, no, Chanel, just how I made and created you to be is helping people ultimately through your website and even just in your day-to-day interactions with people, with the prospective foster parents, with your coworkers, right? Maybe even in your own home, with your family. You're actually helping people. So continue to be you and continue to you know, let that shine in that way and get your butt back in church. I'm trying to work on the last part, God. So I have more for you. I know God is like, I have so much more for you that is even in more of a spiritual realm, right? You can be even keener, even wiser, even sharper, even more patient, more long-suffering, more all these things if you were to devote more time with me and finding a home church as well. And so that is something, it is a hard battle if I'm being honest, y'all, but it's something I'm going to continue working on. I don't want to talk your head off. I'm getting real sleepy. It's time for me to like relax. I may have to do a little cooking before I do that. So I just wanted to leave you with those lines. Thank you for the love. The views on the website were astronomical this week. Don't know why, but keep it coming. I appreciate it. Continue to head to complexedsimplicity.com, and until next time.